Foul papers. Reading the morning newspaper is the realist's morning prayer. One orients one's attitude towards the world either by God or by what the world is. The former gives as much security as the latter, in that one knows how one stands. G.W.F. Hegel. Clamour for change, with this to plough on, even though fresh mint under a flat climate, borders on wisteria, buoyed and flushed in a slogan too far, or wills no attempt to portray what palls as in everybody flirts, don't they? So minting, some feel like death over it, whose only sin is unlikely grist. Wit and wag this sizzling raunch bears all, wailing wall to boot. And now we're told, due more to Herod's engineering, nature notwithstanding, as a fly passes on withering western winds, and all the bold sedge goes hand in fist, spent in forage round other and earth. Clamour not least, past swift dilation, for azure foul papers in sweet play of wild water, the feather that broke the duck's back, dipped in pools of ready honey. Debit, where debit is due, a base rate cut to the plucked bone, pitted out in rigid crumple zones, as seams have been sunk since Hadrian. We thank our lucky stars and revise the data on kills and blue ribbons, as water bleeds its bracelet of salt, worth its weight in hands. And now we're told, shaking gold-cut fingers, marine silk that speaks of handless baby clusters, as hushed surfactants quite safely graze. Clamour still, as you would read the wash, based on dark loads and average soiling, singing loss gone AWOL, a green fudge of nod, wink, and blister, such dry rot huffing that, we are told, is frankly a doddle, till the dam breaks and beans spill from the land of cash injection. Gone to blazes and dipped in envoys, the rank agents whose colours are fast go tender to the touch of order and tough it out amid charcoal clouds, as terms refer to the bags of bones in bland agitation, rumour-washed articles without finish or likeness, whose effluence fills our pail and seas. Clamour from the names, whose cloudy cast faces airstrikes from the seraphim up on high, while this little piggy goes a gambol on serotonin, and Molochs are off as the fly crows, forever a risk in the mind's ear, whose dogs are present feeding frenzy, which is not pretty, but makes hot news off the top rack. Then back to my place for a flurry of front-page gloire and nemesis time on the footsie, while 10,000 chickens died, we're told, in a fire started on purpose, though I suppose it's the marine in me, says go if the hearing continues. Clamour for addicts alive in sticks of fax affairs and first eruption, through glimpses of cleft and labia, while poor old sterling is underweight, on a hike in prices, and under a weather which can't be taken in or sitting down, while for our next dish it's double or quits. Hip, hip, who spat such off-piste sleaze, and in arms parade a dose of Thorpe, or tamoxifen, blown hot and bold, moggies to a man in mordant fervour, the air on strike over plateau, and reed beds of risk, as blue print turns sage, but can still feel for how the grey suit sticks to each skin. Clamour no more for a deal of dove gone sky wire. Our oiled palms find hardware more soft than the belly has hot airs, and in chilled stunts are first on, then off, their baying hounds set on upbeat calls for coarse customs, and in no such hint go dark if the picture recovers. Or talk up a hobble on tax hikes to pick me up, such fiscal tigers taming their flock with rock and new gall, while in concrete and clay, trial by fire is the here and now, back on bunkers going for a swan song. As calls go up, singing blue is the colour, and bull is the name of the game in soft gold. Clamour on one eye, single-minded, nor ever shall be, word without bend in a maze of blight. Such flush jobs are water, the pool of unemployment in snug duvet, as Snowy the dog sniffs out or swims in insolvency. Clever genes gone fuck about, with swabs dipped in the big E, our winning mix of gin and pork. Oh yes, we do lead a charmed life. In a dignity pack with soapy truth-brush steeped in shut traps amid the splendid male voice choir, now lurching in green sprouts, so we're told, or at least crippled by scree rapture, is cheek by jowl in open crimson. Clamour calling its bolts from the blue rumba, and will be your base data if you'll be our superstructure. Sun in angry litters, all pants to play, then gammy tykes, with dicks in the dock, or is there no end to the damn clouds on tinderbox as the air strikes through? Excuse us, tyros of the heat sky, as the gravy train chunders upstream, though 100,000 seabirds die from want of food. Rapid razor bills turned over, done for in silent spring, or wind glows of hushed now. Such muffin and gruel throws sulphur on soft country, up with which this will not put or kiss. Clamour on the nose, and a head start burning for suck and booty, or flags in cobalt package, a whole peace hog of ripped cords and fresh motor neurons, their pert bonds jumping over dam busts, and heaving blondes feeling tit for tat, while today, we're told, a young man died of chickenpox and one-party rule. And despite new poll blows for tigers, a firm pact of tough flesh goes on peps and prosper, as flagging glands on ice stage a late rally on the index, with the bad news priced in. A good thing going, just like that. From solid snogs to old Mother Thorpe and brass dogma. Clamour and welter, bearing in mind what passes for mood in high-rise riffs, hot-core norms blowing in on coming storm clouds, agog with fair sex, fair deal. As square goes, is the nobble and dance turning in on fine sickle sheets. These watery beds of lost leaders, these droll thickets gone side-reel. You wish it were all a fast caper of bounty and bright bunting, not this too deaf and fuzzy circuit, Venus and filo pastry, now arc welding for all it's worth like the day is long. And though buffs disagree, it is best to save the killer routine to last. Clamour to put off on a brave face, the suds of the day are blowing home to heat up the candid, all that few just soaking up a few salad rays on savage humbug. You know how sums go lumpy, their string vests and interests swanning along with saints and sham rock, if you catch my rift or sweet chassis. But I don't suppose the day is young as the clock stops on a new record, and fear takes the biscuit, hope the bronze, then mortar the sheen, now mouthing off to solid tips, like there's little point in a title that can't sit pretty on the lips of the target market. Clamour that keeps on coming, as hawks and wind scales just hang fire overhead, then go vamoose, burning up a head of double gold, glands on overdrive, while bad apples rot, and our lost lines beef up on sad cow and sunken face. Such engaging bursts of pink candor in frank millstones, or codpiece and gulp. But as mites set out to bite the dust, the promise of more spectaculars rings a dirge, and the power of plastic touches things you touch without thinking. So let's not be picky. Hold on for now. Stand toxic, tall and tousled, as we go forth coldly into the dark page.